In Tekla EPM 2020, we've changed the way that we track assemblies and parts. And this is specific for those who are tracking a different route for their assembly line versus their part line. So in this case, we see that the main line has an S2-P for a painted route for the assembly, and it has S1, so going through shop 1 through a parts station, and we see that piece tracking is turned on for all parts. What that looks like in production status, and let me filter out the bolts here. So we see that we want to track all the individual parts through the cut station, but we want to see the assembly through fit weld, QC, paint, etc. And in previous versions, when we would go to piece tracking, if you were tracking in this way, the cut station would have the correct weight because all pieces were represented, so the total number of parts plus the total weight. However, when you separated out the assemblies, you would only be tracking the weight of the mainline assembly. And this is only for people who are doing part tracking. So they would have to do different reporting to make these two methods match up. With the new functionality, if I go to maintenance and I go to production control, station and route setup, in routes, we see that a route now can be an assembly route or a part route. And if I select on this parts route, it gives me the opportunity to join with. Now I had it to set to none so I could show how it used to function. And I'm going to say now that this is going to join with assembly for the fit and weld station. That's where it's going to become an assembly, and from that point forward, all the weights on reports will reflect that it's a full assembly. And I'm going to hit save. When I go back to that same project, we now see that when I go to piece tracking, and I'm going to add completed stations to this particular assembly, and we see that the parts are available for us to complete because of that part station. And I'm going to hit add complete through the fit and weld station. We see that only the mainline assembly is available to send through. I'm going to mark that as complete as well. And we see that those weights completed match up.